The last time I bought something from Louis Vuitton, online shopping wasn't really a thing, at least not for LV. And that was around 2008. So this is my first LV purchase via online. And what did I think? And hi, if you're new here, my name is Elaine. And on my channel, I like to talk about bags from mid-range to vintage luxury. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your viewership and support. And so as you saw in the thumbnail and in the title, I will be doing a Louis Vuitton review. So first off, this is the Speedy 18 in this indigo damier print and with pebbled leather handles and strap. And I bought this one online. So I actually did do a poll first. I think this was on Instagram. And I asked, should I get this bag? This is the first brand new bag that I've been interested in from LV. You know, as you can see back there, I do have a couple vintage pieces. I prefer vintage, but I've been on this like LV kick lately. So first I bought this little cute little planner, and I did do a whole cleaning video of it. And so it was a little dirty. I cleaned it up, and I also did moisturize it with some special coated canvas moisturizer that I did buy from, I think it's called Portrero store, and I found them on Instagram, and they're from Europe, so I did have to pay a tariff. Like, it was kind of a lot, but it was really hard to find canvas moisturizer from Saphir. They do have it, it's just not on Amazon. At the time, I actually had a really old LV I wanted to like spruce up. But anyway, so I had this lying around. I spawed this along with I spawed the planner and along with this case here, which is really old. I mean, there's I don't even know what year, but inside I do have some of my spa materials, but this is what I use. This is what I bought from Portrero. Anyways, sorry, going off on a tangent. I was like, you know, this is great. It's very sturdy, and I also did end up getting this key charm to put as a zipper pull because this zipper pull is pretty old, so it's really hard to open and close. And I just like started falling in love with Louis Vuitton. And then so I went onto the website and I was like, well, you know, what are some new things that they have now? I was kind of looking for these like painted items, these designed items, because I thought, wow, these are super cute. You know, they're super special. So I went on there and then I saw this and I kind of just fell in love, partly because one, my first ever Louis Vuitton purchase was a Damier Azur Speedy 30. This is a Speedy 18, so it's much smaller. You know, back then they didn't have Speedy 18s. I mean, they had like a mini one, I think, but definitely not in like a damier pattern. And then I also was like, this would be great because I wear a lot of light denim. So this is kind of dark, but like I have a favorite denim skirt and denim shorts. They're very light. I was like, this would go perfect with it. And then lastly, I was looking for a bag that is basically waterproof and small and that I could like keep on the floor and not have to worry about. I was at a restaurant recently and then I had my toolbox 20, which I didn't want to hang off the back of my chair, you know, because that's kind of dangerous these days. I was in the city, and then so I put it on the floor in front of me and I was like, this is not great. I mean, granted, you know, the toolbox 20 does have feet, and luckily it was fine, but it was my Gris Pearl toolbox 20 and I was like a little nervous about it. And I was like, you know, it'd be great if I had a canvas bag, you know, something I could throw on the ground and then just wipe off later if it got dirty. Because I don't have any. I don't have any coated canvas bags. The one Goyard that I have is lined with leather on the bottom, so that's a no-go. So yeah, I was like, you know what? This is when Louis Vuitton is perfect. When you need something that can be durable, you know, pretty much stain-proof, waterproof, so on and so forth. So then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to splurge on it. Bought it online. Got free complimentary shipping expressed because of Mother's Day. And I was so excited to unbox it that I didn't wait to do it when I'm like ready to film or, you know, on a filming day. I just unboxed it as soon as I got it. I did at least do a short of it, so hopefully it's up. I'll put it here. But I mean, I kind of wish I had unboxed it live because this is gonna have to be a reenactment. But basically, I was like, oh, look at this. And then I went, okay, that was terrible. But anyways, you get the point. It smells awful. I mean, I was appalled. I don't really use that word very often, but I was appalled because this basically smells like the horse clementine. So not to throw the horse clementine under the bus, but It is by far still my worst smelling bag that I've ever had. I had to air that out for weeks and it still smelled, especially when I got up close. Yeah, I was so surprised. It is that chemical, like plasticky smell. Like I've even seen it on Reddit being like sort of like jet fuel, which I don't know about that, but it's bad. It's definitely not good leather. And that's because they stored the handles or the strap in the bag. And I don't know if you can see, but this strap is a pebbled leather and it looks a lot like the pebbled leather that smells really bad from both the horse and, I'm sorry to say, Parisa Wang. So I did do a review on that. I returned it because the pebble leather smelled. You know, honestly, if LV smells like Parisa Wang, I'm sorry, Parisa Wang, for overreacting to the smell of your bag, because honestly, it's the same as LV. You guys are, you're right. You're sourcing it from the same places that these conglomerate brands are sourcing their stuff, because the LV smells just like the Parisa Wang bag. That's crazy. That's crazy. I did do a little try on because the whole point of me getting this bag was I thought, okay, it's going to look great with my denim skirt that I love, that I wear all the time. And it does, but not when it smells like that. So yes, I could air it out and I'll throw a picture of it here, but I do have like a corner of my spare room, guest room, that's sort of like corner of shame, corner of smell. Basically, if a bag smells, it stays there, because this office and my closet and all the stuff is all connected to my bedroom, and I do not want to be smelling that when I'm sleeping. Granted, I am very sensitive to smells, but I do not expect a $2,500 bag, 27 something if you count tax, to smell like a $200 bag. I couldn't believe it. Next, why I'm definitely returning this bag is that, one, it's just too small. I mean, like I can't fit all the things that I want, but I'll show you what can fit and why it doesn't work for me. And if you're enjoying this video so far, and maybe you've seen some other videos in the past, I kindly ask that you consider subscribing, since it really helps support this channel. Thank you. The bag that I'm using today is my So Kelly. So, you know, granted, these are kind of the bags that I'm used to, so they're a lot bigger. I did even change out to a card case, a Calvi card case, because I was like, oh, maybe I'll use this bag with a Calvi card case. But no, I'm not gonna use this bag. And I guess that's another crazy thing, because, side note, even though it smelled as bad as the horse bag or the Parisa Wang bag, and those two both, I was just like, nope, sending it back right away. I actually contemplated, like, can I live with this smell? Will it go away? Will I still, you know, use it? And the fact that I'm even considering keeping it, which just because it's an LV bag that I like the design of, is kind of crazy. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyways, mini mom pouch, maybe sunscreen. Should I just take out this whole thing? My little thing with all the things. Zumoni felt organizer that I got gifted by Zumoni. Hand sanitizer, lip balm. And let's say I want to add my phone. Okay, so also, as you know, I'm not a TBE, tiny bag energy kind of gal. Don't normally, so I was like, I know I shouldn't have gotten the 18, but they only had the 18 or the 30. And I was like, I've never tried the 18, maybe it would work for me, but no, yeah. So then, at least it fits my phone, all my little knick-knack essentials, you know, hand sanitizers, lip balm, sunscreen, so on and so forth. But I also like to carry, right now I have it clipped on the So Kelly because just for easy access, but I do like to carry my sunglasses, and in which case the sunglasses will not fit. So this is basically my bare minimum essentials, is to have my sunglasses, phone, wallet, and this is even the smaller wallet, and maybe like a sunscreen, hand sanitizer. So it doesn't fit. So that's already, I mean, I could carry it like this, but really, is that what I need to do? Or I could clip it up front, which also works, because that's what I was doing for the So Kelly. So yes, if I did it this way, it could work. But, you know, again, am I going to force myself to make it work even though it smells terrible? No. Maybe if it was like very luxurious, smelled like leather, maybe I would have kept it. But at this rate, no. Maybe in the store, they won't store this inside the bag, so you won't have that smell in the bag. But I don't know, that's shocking. Yeah, and I can even smell it on my finger. So I use the zipper pull tab, which smells like, you know, toxic chemicals, and then my bag also, I mean, then my hand smells like that as well. I just also wanted to point out that there's no branding on the tabs anymore, not even the zipper, nothing, which is, I mean, if I didn't know any better with the smell and the no branding on the tabs, I'd be like, is this a fake? But, you know, I got it directly from the store. So to say it's a disappointment would be an understatement, especially since I had just also purchased these cute little charms from Brandier. I don't know if you can see it. And it actually, it's connected by a magnet. So it's the two Vivians in different, yikes, two Vivians in different metal tones. And then, so, you know, I love to mix metals. So I was like, perfect, this would be great. It'd be so cute if I had put it on here. Not cute enough for me to keep it. So anyways, I will, by the time I edit this, I'm sure I'll have an update on the return and see what happens. But yeah, I couldn't believe it that the Louis Vuitton smells like worse than almost all my mid-range bags that I currently have. So yeah, I think this has really turned me off from LV. I mean, it's been decades since I bought a new LV bag, and so now might be another couple of decades, we'll see. In the meantime, I'm just really loving the vintage stuff, you know, so just, you know, they're so cute. I mean, I'm sure this is not that old. This is definitely vintage. I'll keep looking on the secondhand market for more vintage items, especially now that I have the cleaning kit for coated canvas. It's kind of fun. It's kind of therapeutic when I do the cleaning. So I think that's all I wanted to say. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.